Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at this week's pre-orders, and they are live. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. Alright, so just to get us started, we got a little bit of stuff left over from last week, including that Slaves to Darkness Dark Oath Army set. As expected, that thing was definitely popular, but had no issue with anybody getting supply. So for whatever reason, it looks like Games Workshop massively underproduced the Orcs and Custodes Battleforce boxes. I don't know if they just had no idea what demand was going to look like, or if something went wrong, but the Slaves to Darkness, no issue. And also, just a quick note, I did notice yesterday and made a quick little video about it. Kill Team Nightmare is back in stock in the United States. So if you missed out on that, if you still want to grab up one of those copies, it is still fully available in the United States on Games Workshop's web store. Probably very limited, but there is still copies available. And if you didn't notice that or see yesterday's video, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any notifications like that. So moving on into the new stuff, we've got the new TOA Combat Patrol. So interestingly enough, they did bring back a vehicle in this one. So it looks like Games Workshop not completely trending away from vehicles. It is a transport, but Combat Patrol is going to still have some vehicles available. So we're going to get 10 Fire Warriors, 10 Pathfinders, the Devilfish Transport, and then the TOA Commander as well. Nice box set right here. Better value than we've been seeing with some of the more recent box sets. And overall, nice composition, good starting army for TOA. And then I'll take a look at the actual Combat Patrol rules and get a better idea as to how this is going to pan out. Probably not bad, but I don't think it's going to be particularly amazing. It does have a lot of bodies, a lot of guns, a lot of mobility. So overall, I'd say it's a pretty nice box set right here for $160 USD. All right, and then moving right along here, we got a bunch of the Orc stuff from last week, some of the Bretonnians. And then here into our most important stuff. The new TOA has hit the shelves, at least for pre-order. So we have the Datasheet cards, $35 for those. We have the Codex TOA Empire, $60 for that bad boy. And Games Workshop did just recently release the new Munitorum Field Manual. There's no actual balanced data slate, so no rules changes, just points changes. TOA were left out of that initially, but they said on launch day that there will be a new TOA balanced data slate. So it will update the points that are in the book. Obviously, you could have already gotten a hold of the book with the new Kroot box set. But 2 weeks from now, because this is a 2-week pre-order period, when this is actually up for sale, when you can actually get it in your hands, that's when they'll likely release the new Munitorum Field Manual update just for the TOA specifically. And then we have the TOA Codex Limited Edition. So Collector's Edition TOA Codex, likely to be very popular. It is a really, really good codex. Obviously, we'll see with the points. The actual rules inside here, the internal balance appears to be very good. Cool new cover, limited edition. This will sell out relatively quickly. It's got the blue metallic edges, a little bit of shine to it. Pretty cool overall. These are nice quality, obviously. $100 for that, so an extra $40 for the limited edition codex. And again, these do sell out relatively quickly. So if you are after one, I would not mess around. All right, and then moving on from there, we've got all of the new Kroot models. So we have the Kroot Lone-spear, $55 for that bad boy. A couple different build options. Definitely a cool looking model right here. It's got a unique look to it. One of the new Kroot characters. Very cool. We see some variants in the actual rider and then in the mount itself. Definitely a big fan of this. I like the overall look. I like the detail in the new Kroot. These things are pretty nice. Looks like it is one sprue total. $55 for this bad boy. And the rules look pretty good as well. All right, and then moving on from there, we have the new Kroot Hounds, $40 for 5 of those. So we did see some new plastic Kroot Hounds in the Farstalker kin band. Definitely a big fan of those. They looked awesome. So I knew that these new models, when they were announced, were going to be awesome as well. $40 for 5 of them, definitely on the pricey side, in my opinion. I do really like the poses. I do really like the look of them. Very, very cool models. Very dynamic, muscular, super good detail on them. Overall, just really cool. But this is just very disappointing right here. Just one tiny little sprue right here, $40, just seems like a completely overpriced box set right here. I would have loved to have seen 10 of them in the box or seen them priced at like 30 or $35. All right, and then we had the trifecta of Shapers. So $35 a piece for those. 2 of them were included in the new box set, and then we have one new one as well. So we have the Kroot Trail Shaper, we have the Kroot Flesh Shaper, and we have the Kroot War Shaper. If you are after a lot of this stuff, I would definitely look to get a hold of one of those box sets. Last I checked, CMO Games still had a few in stock at 15% off with free shipping. But if you were going to pick up just 2 of the Kroot Shapers and then the Codex and cards, it's $75 for the 2 Shapers that come in that box set. It's another $95 for the Codex and cards. So at that point in time, the rest of the stuff is basically like $50 more. So I would definitely check that out if you are interested. Now a quick message from today's sponsor. CMO Games has been selling Games Workshop products online for over 20 years. They carry the full line of Games Workshop products, including Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, Necromunda, Blood Bowl, paint tools, and more. Almost all Games Workshop products are priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games takes pre-orders for most Games Workshop products released at their earliest date possible. 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, they go live. Most of these pre-order products are also priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games offer free shipping in the US 48 with an order of $50 or more. Their customer service is top-notch and they ship most orders within 24 hours. Visit CMOGames.com using the affiliate link in the description and let them know that you heard about CMO Games from Warhammer Man. Now, back to the video. All right, and then moving on from there, we have the brand new Krootox. So again, included in that box set, Krootox Rider, 45 bucks. Super chunky, beautiful detail on this model. Definitely a massive fan of the Krootox Rider. Then we have the Krootox Rampagers included in that box set as well. So 60 bucks for the Krootox Rampagers. Again, just absolutely beautiful models. Super cool, very, very dynamic. Pretty good in game terms. They may need a little bit of tweaking depending on like what the points come out at. But you get a couple of sprues of these guys. A couple of different, very dynamic poses with the cool riders. And they do add some combat to your Tau Force. 60 bucks for 3 of those. And then we've got our brand new Kroot Carnivores as well. So again, in the box set there, you get 2 sets of 10 in the box set. They are priced at 55 bucks for 10. So quite a big increase over the previous iteration of Kroot. 55 for 10. They're definitely nice new models, new poses. But with the new Kroot, with the new models, the new poses, the new codex, we definitely see some inflation on the prices here as well. As previously, it was 16 Kroot for $45. Now granted, those Kroot are like 15 years old at this point in time. So it is a nice upgrade, but a little downgrade to the wallet via price increases. So that being said, we have the Hermes Light Venatorius Sentinel, 65 bucks from last week. 2 of those in the box set. We've got the Sola Auxilia Basilisk Medusa, 65 bucks for that bad boy. You can build either one with that. We have Yndrasta, the Celestial Spear in paperback, $9.99. End of the Death Volume 2 in paperback, 18 bucks, online only. And then we have War for the Mortal Realms paperback, $21 for that little compilation of stories. And as we discussed last week, quite a bit of this stuff sold out. Both of the Tomb Kings kits, the Casket of Souls, and the Necrolith Colossus. The Orc boyz are gone. Black Orcs sold out initially, but are back in stock. And then, of course, we have Lady Elise Duchard. A very, very cool model right here. 56 bucks. And again, since this was initially shown off, it just blew my mind that this wasn't in plastic. Because however many they sold of these, which is all of them, obviously, because it's sold out everywhere, I would just imagine that they could have sold like 10 times as many if it would have been made in plastic. I know I would have picked up a few personally, one to paint and then probably a couple to do some cool conversions with. Absolutely beautiful model right here. It's a shame that it was in resin. And then we do still have those made to order items for the Orcs available as well. So if you are after the classic Orc Dreadnought, 75 bucks, classic Orc Knobs, 60 bucks, or the classic Blood Axe Commandos, 60 bucks. Crazy to me to think that these are priced as much as like the new kits are, or in the case of the Dreadnought, even more expensive. But nostalgia has a price and apparently people are willing to pay it. But this is for a limited time only. If you are after these, dispatched within 180 days. It is made to order and you have to make sure to get your order in by Monday, the 6th of May, 2024. So up to 6 months delivery time, but make sure your order's in by May 6th of 2024. So yeah, that is it for this week's pre-orders going live here. Realistically, the most likely thing to sell out quickest is probably this TOA Codex limited edition, but we may see the new Shaper Hounds or like the Lone-spear potentially be selling out because this is the first chance to get a hold of them, and Games Workshop has definitely been having trouble estimating how many of something they need. So if you are after any of those specifically, I wouldn't mess around as we don't know how long it's going to take Games Workshop to replenish once they are gone. Let me know what you're going to be picking up this week, what you're most excited for. Always like to hear back from you guys in the comments. That End in the Death paperback should be part of the range permanently, but will likely sell out as well. But we'll go ahead and wrap it up there. Special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring the channel. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on Games Workshop products. Make sure to tell them that Warhammer Man sent you. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm out of here.